Director Wray, good to see you. I thank you for being here today. And I just want to remind those who are watching at home or here in the room that we are here as an oversight function. We are not here as a political tool to hammer you or your 38,000 public servants, law enforcement men and women, and to try to use you politically. But it surely doesn't feel that way all the time during this. So I thank you for your service. I thank the men and women for their service. I have a first cousin, technically I guess a first cousin-in-law, who for a very long time in the Philadelphia suburbs served as an FBI agent with integrity and honor. So I think of him, I think of Jack today as I'm doing this. I read your testimony often, over and over. You state the mission of FBI to protect the American people and uphold the Constitution of the United States. Twofold. Protect the American people, uphold the Constitution. Do it by the rule of law. That's what we should be asking about. Are we doing that to the best of our ability? I want to use and examine the case of the Mar-a-Lago documents because it's been used by the former president as a pitying moment, as though he has somehow been victimized, but none of that is normal. These are serious times, and your people have serious missions about the safety of the American people and doing it lawfully. Director Wray, a ballroom, a bathroom, a bedroom, are those appropriate places to store classified, confidential information?
Well, again, I don't want to be commenting on the pending case, but I will say that there are specific rules about where to store classified information and that those need to be stored in a SCIF, a secure compartmentalized information facility. And in my experience, ballrooms, bathrooms, and bedrooms are not SCIFs.
Mine too. And yet that is where the former president chose to put vital information about our national security. He exacerbated the risk, as alleged in the damning 37-count indictment, by evading law enforcement and allegedly even showing some of these classified documents to others who were not either in a SCIF or up to having these informations sent to him. It was January 20th, having lost the election, 2021, when at noon, Mr. Trump had to leave the White House. And of course, it's shown in the affidavit and in the indictment that he left with quite a few boxes. May of 2021, the National Archives emailed requesting the missing documents from Mr. Trump. His lawyer said that he would provide them and then never did. January 18 of 2022, so we're talking a full year later, Mr. Trump finally turned over 15 boxes. 14 of them contained documents with classified markings, 30 documents top secret. June 2022, this is now a year and a half later, DOJ and FBI recover an additional 38 classified documents from Mar-a-Lago, your FBI, our FBI. A lawyer for Mr. Trump signed a statement at that point. To the best of her knowledge, she said all classified materials had been returned. But surveillance footage, of course, showed that wasn't the case. And in August of 2022, a federal judge approved a warrant to search Mar-a-Lago. This was not a raid, as some on the other side would like to have a pity party for Mr. Trump. This was not a raid. They then retrieved another 102 documents with classified markings. 300 and some documents taken by the president, improperly stored, and then tried to evade and obstruct justice, as is alleged. Do you think that the FBI went over the top or was out of line in your participation in retrieving these documents?
Well, again, I don't want to discuss the specifics of a pending case, but from everything I've seen, our folks in this case have proceeded honorably and in strict compliance with our policies, our rules, and our best practices.
And it seems from what overview we can do, I'm taking a look here at the affidavit to get the search warrant to go on in. It was one of your special agents assigned from the Washington field office. Obviously, we don't know who, but pointed out and made the case for probable cause to go in and to collect these documents. So let's take a look at the flip side. What's the harm? What's the danger to either human assets, your employees, national security for Mr. Trump holding on to, moving around, showing top secret documents. Where's the harm? 18 months of this going on.
Well, again, respectfully, I'm not going to comment or weigh in on a case that's now pending in front of federal judges. But speaking more generally, the rules governing the handling of classified information are there for a reason, and people need to be very mindful of those rules. And unfortunately, the FBI has, as a steady part of its docket, a number of investigations involving mishandling. And the reason those rules are there is because classified information, if it gets into the wrong hands, can put human sources in jeopardy. It can put other kinds of intelligence collection at jeopardy. It can jeopardize our partnerships with foreign liaison services, which are really the lifeblood of the intelligence community in many ways. So it's serious business, and it needs to be taken seriously. But again, I'm not speaking about a particular case. I'm just speaking generally.
I very much appreciate it, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate it, but I do want to just point out to the world, none of this is normal. It was not normal what took place here. And I yield back.